Hey guys, my name is Modi and welcome back to Modi Speaks. So we're going to be taking a look at this viral video that has gone absolutely nuclear on TikTok with over 2.6 million likes and about 17 million views, where this black woman shares her experience of choosing to ditch black hair salons and trying out a white hairstylist instead. According to her, her experience and results from this white salon was so good that, in her own words, she is forever changed. Now, guys, this particular story might feel like another simple story to you, but believe me, it is not, because this incident reveals something deeper and more troubling in the black community. And today, we're going to examine it directly without fear or favor. So, like I said, this black woman decides to try a white hair salon for the first time. She gathered the courage to look past the narrative of all white people are racist and actually see for herself what lies on the other end of the table. The result? She received excellent service, professional treatment, and walks out of the salon genuinely happy with her hair and the price she paid for it. Take a listen.
This is about to sound so anti-black of me, but
like I said, this story shows you something deeply problematic within the black community. Right off the bat, she says, this is about to sound a bit anti-black. Now, why is that? Why is the simple act of her going to a hairdresser who is not black so anti-black? Why? Don't you think it is very problematic that many black people think it is anti-black for a black person to patronize a very efficient, very qualified business owner simply because he or she is not black? There is a widespread belief among many black individuals that black people have a moral duty to support only black-owned businesses, no matter the quality of the service, the attitude of the staff, or the value received. Even if the food tastes horrible, even if the service sucks, even if you didn't get your money's worth, if you dare choose otherwise, you are labeled a traitor, an anti-black person, a sellout. Your hard-earned money becomes a political statement rather than a tool for getting what you paid for. These black people would have claimed it is racist for you to buy from a non-black person, but of course that would have, exposed the ridiculousness of what they are doing immediately. So they termed it something different, anti-black. This is so freaking weird, so unbelievable. Okay, she has made her disclaimer to ward off the pro-blacks from coming for her. So let's hear the rest of the story.
Black of me, but I just went to a white hairstylist for the first time in my life. Let me just explain to you start to finish this process, and then I think you'll understand what I mean, okay? So I needed to get my hair straightened, mostly because I needed a trim. And I asked one of my black coworkers, because her hair, she's like a straight natural. She always wears it straight. I was like, where do you go to get your hair done? She goes, I go to this white lady, but hear me out. She's amazing. Like, would highly recommend. She knows how to do hair. She knows how to do our hair. Like, trust me, just try her.
And again, this next black person she was talking to, despite getting quality service from a non-black hairstylist, had to put in the same disclaimer. Just hear me out. I'm not anti-black. Just that this hairstylist is superb. Just hear me out. But just hear me out. Wonderful. This shows you how cooked many black people's mentality really is.
Like, trust me, just try her. I was like, I feel skeptical, but I went. I go in. Sweet lady. She says, what are we doing today? I said, I need my hair washed and then blow dried, straightened, trimmed. That's what I need today. She's like, great, we got it. I was like, you got it? She was like, I got it. I was like, okay, sure. So she shampoos my hair. Great, fine. She gets done with my hair. She's like, okay, your hair is a little dry. I'm going to go ahead and do a deep conditioning treatment. I was like, great. Sounds great. She's like, but we've got to sit under the hood dryer. I was like, great. So I sit under the hooded dryer. I get out. She washes my conditioner out, gets going. She's like, okay, let's start to blow this out. Pulls out her Denman brush. I said, honey, where'd you hear about that? She's like, yeah, this is what I was like, got it. Uses the Denman brush, blows out my hair. Gorgeous, by the way. In small sections, beautiful. Took her time. I didn't have to worry about my hair being yanked and pulled out and breaking off. She gets done, She's like, okay, let's go ahead and straighten. She pulls out her rat tail comb. I said, you're about to use that? She said, I'm about to use that. I said, I was wrong. I'm so let me just get out of your business. Let me let you handle what you know how to handle. She did my whole hair, trimmed me. I said, this was beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous. Thank you for all you do. Oh, by the way, also curled my hair at the end. I say, hey, how much do I owe you? She says, $80. I said, is there one before the 80 or maybe a two before the 80? Because like that's kind of what I'm used to. Because mind you, you deep conditioned my hair, you trimmed it. I have layers, by the way. It wasn't just a straight across. I have layers. She had to trim layers, and she also curled it. So I was like, "Are you sure that that's the right number?" She's like, "Yeah." Handed it over willingly, and then some. And I just, after that experience, I'm just like, what am I doing going to the other gals, when I have this in my back pocket. I have fine hair, but I have very dense hair. I have a lot of hair. And even when I mentioned that on my own, I was like, yeah, just so you know, I got a lot of hair. She was like, yeah, you do have a lot of hair, but isn't that a blessing? I was like, what? She said, it's just I was like, yeah, but curly hair is a lot of work. She was like, yeah, but it's so worth it. I was like, you're more pro-black than most of the stylists that I go to who see my head of hair and then say, hey, gotta charge you $100 more because you've got a lot going on and this is like kind of too much to deal with. More affirming than any stylist I've ever been to in my life. And now I'm sitting here like, I'm sure it's not every white stylist. I'm sure I found a golden ticket. But I'm sorry. To the stylists who have touched my hair before, you simply aren't going to see me anymore. And I feel so bad because I love supporting black business. I love it. It's in my blood. You know what I mean? But I just, knowing what I know now, I can't go back. You know what I mean?
So all in all, she went to this white hairstylist and got the best experience and the best value of her life. The stylist gave her quality service with top-notch professionalism while being sweet and cordial about it, and also charged her less than what she gets charged when she goes to the black hair salons. And according to her, the black hair salons always complains about the thickness and the fullness of her hair, and they always charged more for having, full thick hair. Now imagine that. Like, imagine the absurdity. So much for being so pro-black when they even have to charge their fellow black person for having nice full hair. They would have preferred these black women go bald. They would have preferred these black women have thinning hair. But anyway, now compare her experience at this white salon with the black salon she normally goes to in the past, and boom, you can clearly see that they are incomparable. She could not believe what she has been missing all these years simply because she was listening to the crazy trope of all white people hate black people, all white people are racist, and so on and so forth. Now, that is the story, and it is blowing up massively on social media. Now, this is not the first time I am hearing this type of testimonies from black people, okay? This is not the first time. This is not the first time I have seen black people giving testimonies of, what they have been missing by blindly patronizing mediocre services simply because those businesses were owned by a black person, only to finally realize what they have been missing when they finally decide to try somewhere else. Now, do not get me wrong, okay? I am well aware that there are many skilled black stylists and salons, doing wonderful jobs. There are many salon owners doing outstanding work, and they deserve praise and they deserve patronage. But we cannot ignore the frequent complaints that plague too many black salons, okay? Stylists complaining about thick, unnatural hair. Some even suggesting that their clients cut their hair a little bit simply because they think it is too full. Some of them even go as far as charging the clients exorbitant amounts, ripping them off, and also adding surprise extra charges. Not to mention the long unexplained waiting times, rude or unprofessional attitudes, and an atmosphere that sometimes feel like, you are in a drama than a business. Whereas in contrast, many white salons and stylists treat their customers with consistent professionalism. They show up prepared, respect your time, they focus on delivering results, and they create an experience that makes you want to return and even refer your friends. Now, guys, this so-called anti-black salon incident is not also an isolated situation because it reflects a larger pattern we see across multiple areas in the black community. How many times have we seen or heard stories of black students being shamed by their peers for acting white when they study hard, when they speak standard correct English, or when they pursue excellence? How many times have we seen black men, black women shamed by their own communities just for dating or marrying outside their race? It is always brutal, especially when these black people end up marrying white. It is brutal. They automatically get called self-hating, whitewashed, sellouts, race traitor, anti-black, all kind of names, okay? They are automatically seen as enemies. This is a big problem. Black people are the only group of people on earth who would mandate you to do business only with black-owned businesses despite the quality of service. They would make you, force you, compel you, mandate you to patronize these businesses simply because of the skin color of the person who owns them. Yet, these are the people claiming not to be monolith, but they will punish you when you don't act like a monolith. It is crazy. Dear black people, please, you need to stop this nonsense, okay? You have to understand that successful groups across history have advanced by embracing competition, demanding excellence from themselves and their institutions, and rejecting excuses. You can never achieve greatness by mandating each other to blindly dump their money into a business just because that business is black owned. All you are doing is telling black entrepreneurs that they do not need to compete at the highest level because black loyalty will protect them. And honestly, that is a recipe for stagnation. No one owes anybody, any business, their money based on skin color. And patronizing excellence has nothing to do with betrayal, and it has everything to do with common sense. The woman in this video did not hurt the black community. She simply exercised her right as a customer to choose quality service, and she most definitely does not owe anybody an apology for choosing what works for her. Everybody should have the right to choose the best service for their money and their peace of mind. People should be free to support excellent black businesses when they deliver, and also be free to go elsewhere when the black businesses suck. Because the truth remains that excellence has no color, guys. But anyway, guys, these are my thoughts and my opinions. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buy me a coffee if you can, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now,